Hello everybody, this is Thomas again. Might have been a while since you've seen me live, but I just decided I'm bored, I want to do another live stream, so that's what I'm doing. Just nothing much to say except I got a bunch of machines here, as you know, and I'll run whatever you guys would like. So might as well show you guys everything first so you can see what we have to choose. So we got all of these Kirby's. I hope you can see that okay. So we have all those Kirby's. I don't have as many 500s or anything super old, but as I did before, but I have a bunch of great machines here. And then on this side, I have a bunch of Hoovers and other miscellaneous non-Kirby machines. A bunch of Elites. Got the Kenmore. We got a few different things here. Convertible even. And then over here we just have we have a Pro Series hand vac, another hand vac. Over here we have a Royal 4000. So whatever you guys want to see, just tell me. And if nobody says anything for a while at first, I'll just pick a machine and run it for you guys. I'll back this up a little bit. I have more room here. So anybody wants to say anything? If not, I'll just pick a machine. Well, I'll start off for you guys. How about we do the Montgomery Ward SP8804? This one's a pretty rare one. Lawrence and I have never been able to find another one like it, exactly like it anyway. There are other Montgomery Ward Eurekas, but never seen another one like this one. So here is the Montgomery Ward SP8804. That's the Montgomery Ward. Rick Hoover, how are you doing? Yeah, it does run great. It's a nice machine. It's really light too. You know, it's a plastic-based machine, but it does a great job. there anything you'd like me to run for you, Rick? Anything you see here? I got a bunch of Kirbys and some Hoovers over here, so just let me know. I'll run it for you. Let's see here. The Elite 5.2. Yeah, I can get that out for you. Just got to reach and get it here. Yeah. All right. We have one of our, this is the early Kmart special Elite, as you might know anyway. It's from '89, if I remember correctly. I really like the color on this. The really nice red and the pink and the stripe. I like the look of it. All right. Here is the 5.2. So that's the Elite 5.2. Yeah, it's a nice color scheme. I really like it. The Kmart Elites look really cool with their stripe on the bag and all that. They're pretty unique. We have here Austin Williamson, great vacuuming. I'm about to use my Royal. Ooh, what model do you have? How are you doing? I have right now I have a Royal Stark. It's a Stark Royal 4000, and then in the garage I have a Royal 887. I did have a 888 and 888 with the removable nozzle, but I got good money for that, so. Oh, you have a broom vac. Okay. Yeah, those are cool. I wish I still had mine. It burned up. Here's a Royal related thing. I have this Pro Series hand vac. It really proved its worth the other week. There any machines you'd like me to run for you? I'll run anything here. I got a bunch of Kirbys. I got a bunch of Hoovers. Well, not as much Hoovers as I do Kirbys, but if there's anything you'd like me to run, I'll run it for you. I got a bunch of Kirbys, 60s and newer. I have a little bit of 50s, but do you still? I don't have any Phantoms right now, unfortunately, but that's okay. I got good money for those too, so I can't complain. My dual Sanitronic 80, okay. just a forewarning, the bearings are a little dry in it. So, but that'll be fine. I just have to replace them. This machine is beautiful. It's almost looks like it came off the assembly line. The metal needs to be polished a little bit, but it's got its tag. It's got a brand new old stock 60s original bag, and it's got a bunch of new trim and new parts on it. So it's a very, very beautiful machine. I just need to get it some better bearings. So I'll run this for you guys. Let me make sure. I need to put a light bulb in that real quick. I'll stick one in there for you so it illuminates. There we go. And then let me make sure. Yeah, it's engaged. All right, the dual sanitronic 80. There's my beautiful dual sanitronic 80. What do we have? Kirby Model C. I actually just got another Model C recently from my good friend Adam, though it needs a lot of work and it doesn't even turn on right now, so that won't be seen for a while. The one I used to have, I got a lot of money for, so I miss it a lot, and I kind of wish I kept it, but it definitely helped me out when I needed it. When I needed it to help. A Linous? Yeah, I have a Linous Activa 30 in the back there if you want me to run that for you. Sure. All right. It's a nice hospital grade machine. It works really well and it filters wonderfully. You don't smell anything after using this. Okay. Linous Activa 30. there's the Linous Activa 30. Works really good. All right. Anybody have any other requests? Any more? What other machines would you like to see? What machines would you guys like me to run for you? I'm thinking maybe the convertible, or maybe the Kenmore Elite. Maybe even one of these Elite 2s here. I'll run whatever. And then I'll probably break out some of the Kirbys, show you guys them. There are actually a few I don't think you guys have seen yet. Maybe, maybe not. I'm not sure. I'll run the convertible, Model 584. This thing is minty fresh. It's like new almost. It was hardly used at all. Okay, here's the convertible Model 584. That's the convertible 584. Sean A806. First live stream I've seen in a while. Yeah, it's been a minute since I've done one. But I was bored and figured I'd come on and see what was happening. And I'll run any machine that you request. Oh yeah, this is a very smooth convertible. Very smooth machine, indeed. So, whatever you guys want to see next, don't hesitate to comment. Just tell me what you'd like to see. And I guess I'll show you guys real quick what I have again. So we've got a bunch of Elites and other machines on this side. As you can see, we have Electroluxes in the very back there. On this side, we have all the Kirbys. A bunch of them here. Try and keep that steady for you guys. Bunch of Kirbys. That's like my specialty. And then We got a Royal here. We got some hand vacs over here. What kind of Electroluxes? I have 4 of them right now. I have from oldest to newest, I have a Model G that's been refurbished. It's got a really nice hose with it. I have a 1205 in good shape, a Diamond Jubilee, and then I have the Guardian Platinum, which is the really powerful one. Extremely powerful. I have a few vacuums I plan on selling. A Shark, Elite 700, G4. I wish you luck in selling those. I hope you get decent money for them and can get them sold quick. So you guys pick a machine, or I'll just pick one. I got plenty to choose from here. Model G. All right. Let me move a few machines to get to it. It's kind of in the back here. And I will get a mask because it's a long story. I'll just say that I had a little accident in September, and my breathing, my respiratory, I've had issues with respiratory, and the Model G kind of makes me flare up a bit right now. So let me get a mask real quick. I'll be right back. You can take a look at that Model G while I'm getting a mask. All right, I'm back and I have a mask on. Let me grab the hose real quick and the power nozzle that I'm going to use. Bear with me here. Okay, I got the power nozzle and I got the hose and got my mask on. You see here, going to thin out next year since I don't want space. I don't only want space, but would rather have the cash in hand. Also going to hopefully be picking up a 66 Ford Galaxy 500. Ooh, I really hope you get that all done whenever you wish to and can get that Ford. That sounds great. I wish you luck in that for sure. So, all right. We'll get this Model G going here. All right, make sure my mask's secured, and I'll put the hose on. All right, plug her in right here. And I gotta finagle it. Here we go. Very powerful. power nozzle. All right, there's the Electrolux Model G. Needs some work, but since they only want 1,600, I'll go for it. All right. Yeah, no, definitely hope that goes well and that you're able to get that car and that everything goes smoothly. That sounds like that'll be great for sure. I'll put all this back here. And then you can tell me what machine you'd like to see next. Okay. All right. Are there any machines you would like to see next? Just say the word, I'll pull it right out. And if people aren't sure, I'll pick one. And the Model G's smell kind of lingers for a while, so I'm just going to keep this on for a few more minutes. You're well aware of the maintenance on those older vehicles, considering new cars are upwards of 50,000 plus. Oh yeah, not to mention the interest and depreciation along with taxes. Yeah, it won't be all that bad probably. Just depends really. Let's run my G4 80th anniversary edition that I put some 93 parts on it. They kind of make it look older. I hope you guys can hear me okay with the mask on. But yeah, we'll run the 80th anniversary edition here. It has 93 toe touch pedals right here. It's got a 93 power switch pedal. And it works really well. Here it is. I also forgot before running this. This also has a brand new bumper on it with a brand new old stock pinstripe on it, because the Generation 3 and the G4, the pinstripe had to be applied to the bumper. The G5 through Diamond Edition, it was painted on, but these had to actually be applied on. My friend Adam did that for me, and I really appreciate it. So that looks really nice. He also did that with my 1990 Generation 3 has a bumper like that too. All right. I think that's good for the mask. I'll take it off now. Let's see here. In fact, I think I'll run my 1990 Generation 3 next, because why not? So here's the bumper that Adam did for me on this one. Brand new bumper with brand new pinstripe. Beautiful. Okay, 1990 Generation 3. That's the 1990 Kirby Generation 3. Let's see here. Would you be interested in running the green and white Hoover? The convertible? I ran it earlier, but I can run it again for you real quick. That's no issue. How are you doing, Bunky's Workshop? And hey, Peter, how you doing? I did not refurbish that Hoover. I actually got it that way. Whoever had it then took really good care of it or never really used it. No, don't apologize. You're good. I can run it for you again, no problem. Let me just get it out for you real quick here. And I'll show it to you guys. Again, here we go. This is a convertible model 584. I'll show it to you here for just a quick second. This thing is near mint. It's really nice. Definitely worthy of running it twice. You're very welcome, Bunky's Workshop. And I just got a handle for a Hoover, so I'll unbox that for you guys after this. Here's the convertible 584 again. Oh yeah, this is a very smooth Hoover. Probably the smoothest Hoover I've ever owned, if I'm being honest. I've never had a Hoover this smooth. And speaking of Hoover, I just got a machine the other day that I was waiting for the handle to arrive, and now it has arrived. So I will unbox that handle for you guys and show the machine to you. So the other day I got this Hoover Model 61, which is in very nice shape, and I got a handle for it. Well, okay, I was waiting for the handle is what I mean, and now it's here. So now we will put it on. All right. Okay. This also came with a hose and a mothball crystallator. That's over there. I can show that to you guys later. But let's get this thing on real quick. We need a flathead screwdriver. All right. This is a very unique design. It's a round handle, but it's got a square end. Thought that was interesting. So we'll get this on real quick. And then I'll run it for you guys. Perfect timing that the handle would come now during the live stream. Just making sure that that's in okay. All right. We'll put this back in here. I'm just now noticing a bit of unfortunate damage. Nothing. It's not that it won't make this. It's not that it'll make this unusable, but I can see the grip. The top of the handle is kind of bent. I don't know. I need to check and see if that was actually in shipping that did that, or if it was already like that. Here, I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. If you look, you can see the handle is bent, which is unfortunate, but hopefully I don't see why it should still be usable. It's just a bit frustrating, but I'll just have to deal with it for now until I can figure that out. So, all right. But regardless, it's a nice Hoover. I'm like a kid in a candy store. Yeah, for real. All right. So we'll get this thing running. Yeah, the bent handle's kind of frustrating, but what can you do? No use in crying over it. I'll just have to talk with the seller and maybe take a closer look at the pictures to see if that was already like that or if that happened. Let's see if this... So this is a beautiful Hoover Model 61. Handle damage is annoying, but other than that, I love this thing very much. It works great. It's smooth. Maybe not as smooth as the 584, but it's still very smooth, and it's beautiful. It's a nice, elegant-looking Hoover. So for now, I think I'll stick this next to the convertible, and then I'll put this. I guess I'll just put this over here for now. So, is there any other machines you'd like to see? I got plenty more here that I haven't run yet. Whatever you'd like to see, I'll run for you. And I'll pick anything. I'll pick something if you guys are not sure. Kenmore Elite and Hoover Elite 2. Yeah, you got it. I have two Elite 2s. Both are the same machine. I assume you want to see the nicer one with all the attachments. All right, I figured. All right, so we'll do the Kenmore Elite first, and then we'll do the Elite 2. All right. All right, that's the Kenmore Elite. Have you seen Vacuum Wars review? No, I have not. I might check it out. You did some videos of them on the channel and collect them. Elites or Hoover Elites or Kenmore Elites? Or just vacuums in general? So here's this really nice Elite 2 with all the attachments. As I said in my video before, and for people who don't know, this was the Mrs. Doubtfire Hoover. I have two of them. This is the complete one. The headlight works in this, but not very well. It's extremely dim. I'm going to need to put a new bulb in it eventually. So here it is. Mrs. Doubtfire Hoover Elite 2 Total System Performance 430. There's the Elite 2, total system performance 430. Works good. All right. Yeah, the bearings might be a little dry in it, but that's okay. Kenmore. Okay. Yeah, the Kenmores are... Which Kenmores do you collect? Do you collect the Elites, or do you just collect all different kinds of Kenmores? They are good vacuums. I like them. I've had a few myself. I've had the Progressive. I've had canister. I've had upright and canister Progressives. I have a Panasonic Performance Plus Platinum out in the garage, which is basically just a jet flow. It is a jet flow. It's just newer. I need to clean it up, though, before I bring it in here. But this Elite works really well. This one's the all floors belt-driven version. I have a direct drive out in the garage, but it's really beat up. It's dirty, it's nasty, it's in rough shape. This one is like new, almost. It's in very good shape still. If it were the other way around, that would be even better, but that's okay. This one's still very good vacuum. All of the above. Okay, so yeah, you collect your Kenmore collector. That's really cool. Yeah, I like Kenmores, though I kind of wish that Panasonic were still making them, but what can you do? Let's see here. I think I'll show you guys my upgraded Kirby G4. This G4 is decked out, kind of. It's like basically like a G6 because it's got newer parts on it, as you'll see. Okay. What got you into Kirby? I don't know. I just I think it was when I was a kid, I saw my grandmother's G6 and my great-grandmother's two Heritage 2 Legends. That, along with some of my parents' friends' Kirby's. A lot of them had like Ultimate G's and Diamond Editions, and I don't know. I guess that's what got me into them. I just really liked them for some reason. I just thought they were really cool vacuums. So that's really my only explanation. I have a couple of them. They just don't. You just don't use them that often. What models do you have? I'd like to know. Here's this Kirby G4. This is a 1995 G4 that I've upgraded. It's got the G6 style mTOR, but in the correct G4 color. And then I've got it's not just the belt lifter. The whole nozzle is actually a newer nozzle with an oblique brush roll in it. And then it's got the newer belt lifter with the handle on it. So this is a nice upgraded machine. And then it has different tech drive. It has Centria tech drive pedals on it. In fact, the whole transmission is from a Centria. I just put the G4's gear on it, so it actually sounds like an older transmission, but it is a Centria transmission. So I can't remember if it's engaged. Yes, it is. So here's my 1995 G4 that's been upgraded. There's my upgraded 95 G4. All right, let's see here. You have a couple videos on them. I'll have to check them out then. All right, so there's that. What else would you guys like to see? I got a lot here. Okay. Let's see here. Out of all your vacuums, what is your absolute man? That's people have asked me that many times. That's tough. I don't really have a single favorite machine. Shoot. I could narrow it down to a few of them, but I really am not sure. I really like the G5. I like the Legend 2. I like a lot of them. Yeah, I'm not sure. But right now, mine is the Cibo D4 Black. Ooh, that's a cool one. I can't put my finger on which one that is. I don't know a whole lot about Cibos, but I know they're good vacuums, and I know Cibos in general are really nice. Let's see. I've got this 2007 Centria that I haven't you guys actually haven't seen yet. I just got it recently. That's a top of the line canister. Okay, I'll look that up and see what that is, like what that looks like. But here's this 2007 Centria. Like I said, I just got it. I got it from my friend Andy. You guys have never seen this one. It's in good shape. Whoever had it took pretty good care of it. The bag is actually pink a little bit. And here's the thing. I learned that in 2007, apparently there was an issue with Kirby. Kirby had an issue where the Centria bags were actually coming out of the factory pink. Like they weren't just, like they were coming out, kind of discolored. So this is a 2007, and this very well Could be one of the discolored ones that came out of the factory. But here it is. It's a 2007 Centria in good shape. Here we go. So there's this 2007 Kirby Centria. Works really, really well, and the transmission still feels like new almost. This thing really wasn't used all that much, honestly, by the looks of it. It's in great shape. All right. Hey, David, how you doing? Everything's all right. I'm getting better. I hope you're doing well. Is there anything here you would like to see me run? I've already run a few machines. So whatever you'd like to see, let me know. I'll run it for you. I've got plenty here. What would be the oldest one? The oldest one that I have here right now, or do you mean, what do you mean? The oldest one I have. There's a 505 right there, but that's actually going to a friend of mine. This Hoover 61 is another really old one I have here. I just ran it earlier. I can run it again for whoever hasn't seen it. And then the Model G is another old one I have here. My 561, my Sani 7, my 562. Those are the oldest ones I have down here, not counting old hand vacs. Like I have some really old hand vacs over here. Kirby? Which Kirby would you like to see? The oldest Kirby I've ever owned was a Model C, but if you count non-brand Kirby's, I had a Scott Fetzer sanitation system and a Vacuette electric. But right now, my oldest Kirby is technically that 505 right there. There's no fan in it, so I can't run it right now. But So technically, I guess not counting that 505, my oldest Kirby right now, well, I'm overthinking this. I have that Model C in the garage from 1935, 36. The 505 is from 1946. It's close to original. I'll just show it to you guys if you haven't seen it. Here it is. This is a 1946 Kirby 505. It's got all the original trim, the belt lifter, all of this is original. Emptor tray is original. Wheels. The bag is a replacement, and then the grip sleeve is a replacement. But yeah, this is from 1946, and it's in pretty good shape. But yeah, it's going to a friend of mine. But yeah, it's a beautiful machine. I'm getting an original 508 for this machine, though, so I'm really happy about that. And as far as I'm concerned, the 508 is honestly, I think, probably more desirable and harder to find than the 505. I've had more 505s than I've had 508s. To be honest, I've only had 2 508s. That's like my 4th 505. But 505 is still a great machine, and it's a beautiful machine, especially when it's complete. What's the difference? Your oldest Kirby's a 509. I've had 509. That's a cool machine. What's the difference between the 505 and the 508? I'm assuming that's what you mean. They're literally the same machine. The 508 is just a gray 505, really. That's the only difference. But see, the 505 was produced from 1945 to 1948. The 508 was only produced from 48 to 49. It was produced for a third of the time. And because it was the only one like that for that year, because the 509, they made some changes. They changed the belt lifter and they changed the headlight trim, among other things. The dual sanitronic 50. I see. The 500 series, I mean, they had quite a few changes. The 505 through 512 were basically the same for the most part, just with a few minor differences. The 513 introduced the power button instead of a toggle switch. They went to the die-cast aluminum alloy with the full width rug plate that could be removed with the brush roll on it. They went to a 4-amp motor mid-production. 514, they closed the handle fork to make it stronger. The 515, they added the 10-blade aluminum fan. And then the 516 is when they really redesigned it. They made it more streamlined. They added an outer housing to the motor. So instead of it just being the motor, you have the whole outer housing over it, the outer shell, to kind of protect it a little more and protect you. And that design carried on all the way to the dual Sanitronic 80. The only difference on that machine, other than the dual speed switch from the D50, is they changed the handle design completely. I have a request for a Kirby Classic 1 CR, so I'll run that for you guys. Let's see here. Yep, that's right. 1956. Yeah, the 516 was they did a pretty big redesign before the 1CR then was the next major redesign with their wide nozzle and their oval emptor, all new design. This is a very transitional model, this Kirby Classic 1CR, because while they have the redesigned elements on it and making it a lot bigger, this is literally still a dual Sanitronic 80, just in a bigger body. They just amped up the motor in early 1970. The Classic Omega was another major redesign, but internally. On the outside, you don't really notice much of a difference between these two machines. But on the inside, the Omega is completely different. This is the machine that ran up to the early 90s, really. This is no different than all the way up to the Legend 2. The motor is the same. They just kind of amped it down a small bit. But this was the first double insulated Kirby, and yeah, this design ran for a while. The 1CR was just a really transitional model. That's funny. Yeah, sure, I'll totally quiz you guys. I just like talking about the history of these. Sorry if I'm rambling too much, but I like informing people about Kirby's. Is Royal and Kirby on the same level? I mean, that really depends, honestly. In some cases, Royals are more powerful, but it really depends on the application and what you're using it on. You know, one or the other will be good for different things. You know, commercial or Royals are definitely good they're better for commercial environments. Kirby's are more for residential use, but you can definitely use them commercially, just like you can use a Royal residentially. You have an original 1CR that was built in '69. Really? Is yours a 5 amp, or is it a 6 amp? Tell me, if you're able to, tell me the first 3 digits of the serial number. I can give you an exact, I can date that for you. I can give you an exact month and year that was built. Eric Fries. Hello, Eric Fries. I hope you're doing well. Without further ado, here is my 1970 Kirby Classic 1CR. This was factory rebuilt, but I've put a lot of original parts on it, like the bag. It's got the tag with it. And then it's got, no, that's about it, really. It's got a metal fan in it. Here's the brush roll. Here we go. So there's my 1970 Kirby Classic 1CR. It's fairly quiet. It's not super loud, really. My Omega is louder. So there's that machine. And I guess since I was talking about it, I'll show you guys my 1973 Kirby Classic Omega next. Let me see here. I have a Royal 2075 plus an Ultimate G Diamond Edition. The one I'm running right now. Oh, thank you. Yeah, my 1CR is beautiful. I love that thing very much. Got a Kirby Dual Sanitronic. Any information about it? Is it a D50 or a D80? A green or a tan? The D50 was the first dual speed Kirby ever made. The D80 was the last 13-inch small Kirby they made before moving to the 1CR. And it was the first Kirby with the redesigned handle. The D50 ran from 65 to 67, and the D80 ran from 67 to 69. Quite literally can do lots and lots with Kirbys. Oh yeah, Kirbys are very customizable, and oh man, you can do a lot with them for sure. But here's this 73 Omega. This thing is all original. The only thing replaced on it are the wheels, but that's fine. The wheels that were on it before were worn out. So here we go. 73 Kirby Classic Omega. Here's the back of the machine. This one was the first Kirby with a scuff plate, and this scuff plate is actually smooth. The A bit later, they would make the scuff plate textured, and that's what most of these have. But these early ones here have a smooth one. So just a fun little thing to show you there. Okay, let's see what we have here. If Kirby had a smaller, lighter model that have more sales since the 500, yeah, I definitely would love to see them maybe do two models again, like have their larger, more premium. Well, I wouldn't say one's less premium than the other, but like have one smaller model without the transmission, just a lighter basic Kirby for less money, like an economy model, and then have their top of the line transmission Kirby with the larger nozzle. Or they could even do like different nozzle sizes, like have a 12, a 14, and a 16-inch. Or, I think that would be cool if they did that. Made different size nozzles, had different options for like shakeout and disposable, and have a bigger and a smaller unit. That would be great. I think that would be wonderful. How many Kirby's are in existence? Oh, I mean, Kirby's are pretty. You can literally count Kirby's pretty easily. Hoovers, on the other hand, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of Hoovers. I don't know how many. You're gonna miss a bunch because it's like there were so many different variations and flavors of them. Kirby's, they were almost always one model at a time, and those are easy to count and memorize. Um, let's see here. What shall we run next? We can run whatever. I might run both of those traditions. I'm going to have to reach over and get them, but that's fine. What do you guys think? Should I run my traditions? What is your latest model of convertible? This is the only convertible I have right now. This is a Model 584, which is in near mint condition. I do have this one. This is a Hoover Model 61. It's a pre-convertible. I would like to find a convertible U4387. It's like red and orange and really cool looking. A friend of mine has one in good shape. I would love to find one myself. There's also a blue version I'm after. Let's see here. Let me get these traditions out. They're all the way in the back here. So I got my 1979 Tradition with a new old stock shakeout bag on it. Well, that's terrific. You guys just witnessed that. Okay, and then I have this 1980 Tradition with an upgraded disposable setup on it. It's got a Heritage Emptor with with twist bags in it. Yeah, no, it's not like I can edit this video and so you guys don't see any of my screw-ups, but that's okay. That's all part of the fun, right? So here is my 79 Tradition. Kirby's are durable. I'm pretty sure more Kirby's have survived. Yeah, you're not wrong. Kirby's can truly stand the test of time. Okay, I've got both of my Traditions here. So this one is the 79 with the new old stock shakeout. Here's the 80 with the upgraded setup in it. This one had a Lexan fan in it, but that fan was on its way out, so I put a metal fan in here, and it works a lot better. So I'll run each of these for you guys. This 1980 is a lot quieter. So let me see here. So we'll run the 1979 first with the shakeout bag, and then we'll run the 1980 with the disposable setup. Okay. All right, here's the 1979. there's my 1979 Tradition. Also has a new old stock cord on it, which is really nice. Now for my 1980 Kirby Tradition. And there's my 1980. Any idea on when the changed the Tradition outer bag to that nylon material? Okay, I don't know when they did that, but that's what they make for the Tradition now, of course. They make a much thicker bag out of a different material. I don't know. My guess is maybe when they, I don't know when, so don't quote me on this, but it wouldn't surprise me if they did that, like when the Heritage or like during when the Heritage series were out, maybe, just because the Heritage series bags are kind of similar. They're not the same, but they're pretty similar to how those new Tradition bags are. So it wouldn't surprise me if Kirby went to that thicker material early on, like in the 80s. That's just a thought. Let me put these Traditions back, and then we'll run whatever you guys want to see next. I believe there was the Heritage 2, yeah. It went the Heritage 84, Heritage 2, Heritage 2 Legend, Legend 2. And then for a little while, the Generation 3 and the Legend 2 ran concurrently together in production from April of 1990 to November of 1991. So that's a year and a half that those two were made at the same time. And then, like a year and a half after that, the G4 came out. Oh, gee. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm having a bit of trouble here. All right. And from earlier, when we were talking about convertibles, here's what a U4387 looks like. That's the convertible I would really like to find. Okay. The Heritage 2 and the Heritage 2 and the Heritage 2 Legend are literally the same. The only difference is one says Legend and one doesn't. You're also correct if you just call it a Kirby Legend. That's why you have the Legend 2. The Kirby Heritage 2 Legend is just a Legend 1. So it's like Kirby Legend, and then you have the Kirby Legend 2. So, yeah, and they're all 2 HD. Let's run the G5. I have 2 Legend 2s. I have one from '89, which is actually the one I've had the longest. And then I have a 1990 Legend 2 as well, which came with white attachments, believe it or not. I'll run my G5, and then we can maybe run a Legend 2 if you want to see it, if you want to see one. So here's my 1997 Kirby G5. This thing is in near new condition. Don't let the metal fool you. The metal needs to be hand polished again, but the bumper, the trim, the cord, the outer bag is all brand new. I'll show you the bumper. Look at that. Look how brand new that is. Oh yeah. And the G5 even has a new sound. The brushes are not even fully seated yet. That's how new this motor is still. Let's see here. You have a Legend 2 that's been in your family since new. Out of commission until you give it a full restore. Oh yeah, I'm sure you'll make it look really nice, and it'll be just as good as it was 34 years ago. So here's my 97 G5. That's my 1997 Kirby G5. Beautiful, beautiful machine. And the transmission is very smooth. It sounds, the weird thing is, it sounds clicky when it's turned off, but it's extremely smooth when you're using it, so I'm not sure what that's about. Let's see here. Need a new handle, correct cord, bag for the Legend 2. Got a G5, need a new brush roll and belt. It's out of service, so you can get those parts. Oh yeah, hopefully you get those parts soon, so then you can get that thing up and running again. So, what machine shall we run next? I'll run anything here. Just let me know. All right. I'll show you guys the Hoover Model 61 again. I ran it earlier, but I'll run it again for you guys, for those who haven't seen it yet. Legend 2. Okay, I'll run the 61, and then I'll run the Legend 2. People make a big deal how expensive Kirby bags are. Oh, yeah. They last an entire season if your house isn't too dusty. Well, I mean, it just depends on how dirty your house is, like you said, and you can make a Kirby bag last a while. And if you don't want to pay extra, just get 3M bags, because 3M HEPA bags are literally just regular. They're the same as Kirby HEPA bags, but they're less money. And yeah, just get some 3M bags. All right, here is the Hoover 61 again. Yeah, this is a nice Hoover, isn't it? I really like it. Just wish the handle weren't damaged, but what can you do? Let's see. Now there's Febreze bag. Yeah, I've used those. Those are pretty good. You're jealous of the 61? I certainly hope you find one eventually too, or something similar to it. All right, now for the Kirby that I've had for close to 11 years now. I got it in March 2013 from my grandpa Tom Jr. I've had this machine for a very long time. I got it in March 2013, like I said, from him. It's a great machine still. It's got a bunch of new parts on it now. and I just put a new handle grip on it, new old stock. So this thing's looking good. Yeah, I hate it when it does that. But here we go. That's my 1989 Kirby Legend 2. Direct air vacuum. Nice things about direct air machines, they don't use as much power. They pick up, yeah, they have a really good airflow. They pick up a lot. They pick up dirt better that way. Their only real downside is, in addition to having to eventually replace the fan after however long. I mean, they can go decades without needing a new fan, but mainly it's just the hose. The suction in the hose isn't always the greatest on direct airs. Kirby's are pretty good with hose suction, but how about we'll run this factory original Kirby Dual Sanitronic 50 next. I'll put the light bulb back into here so you can see it illuminated. It's the only Kirby ever made with the illuminating logo on the headlight hood. It's a unique one for sure. This thing is entirely factory. I even have the factory original brush roll and the light bulb. They're just not in here because I want to preserve them. So here is 1965 Dual Sanitronic 50. There's the original 1965 Kirby Dual Sanitronic 50. Let's see. One vacuum you grew up with, 2003 or 4 Hoover Elite Breathe Easy. I remember those. Those are pretty nice. I hope you find one too. I hope you're able to find your childhood vac. The Kirby, modern Kirby never made a canister vacuum, but Jim Kirby, before the Kirby company became a thing, created the domestic cyclone, which was like first he made a bellows version that was like hand pumped, and then he made an electric version, domestic cyclone, back in like 1906, 1907. And then within the decade after that is when the Kirby company started, and he got with Scott and Fetzer. But yeah, a long time ago, Jim Kirby made canisters for a little bit, but modern Kirby did not. Like, the Kirby company never made canister, as far as I know. Let's run the 562. You know what? Let's go down the line, actually. Let's do the Sanitronic 7 from 63 or 64. I can't remember if this is a 63 or 64, but doesn't matter. It's from around there. Right around JFK time, like right around the time. This could have been made a little before or a little after JFK was assassinated, but regardless, we'll run the Sanitronic 7, and then we'll run the Kirby 562. This Sani 7 is all original too. Bag and everything. The Elite vacuums may have been cheap for the time, but oh yeah, you're right. I would definitely take an Elite over most modern vacuums, honestly. Elites are actually good vacuums. Like, they were considered cheap in the 90s, and especially in the late 80s when they first came out, but now they're actually, when you compare them to a modern one, it's like, dang. So now we'll run the Kirby 562 from 1962. Don't know if this one's on or not either. I just hate when they turn on by themselves. Okay, this one's off. Also all original. Cord and everything. I don't know if this is supposed to do this, but this light bulb is too hot to touch. This light bulb is insanely hot, and it was only on for a minute. I don't know, and it was flickering. I don't know if you guys could see on camera. It was flickering a bit. Maybe that light bulb's going out. I don't know, but I've never seen one get that hot that quick. So who knows? All right. What do we want to do next? What Kirby? What machine? Not just Kirby. You'd like the Amway Workhorse Clear Track. I actually have an Amway CMS 1000 in the garage. If you guys, for those of you who haven't seen it, I broke the belt on it, though, trying to do a torture test. So that's a video you guys never saw. Maybe I'll upload it later as a blooper, but yeah, I know Workhorses, they still make them today, and it's really cool that they do, honestly. So what machine do we want next? I'll run just about anything here. Any requests? Let's see here. I believe James Dyson sued Amway since they were using his patent. Yeah, they were. He did. I know that. I don't know all the details, but I know the general gist of it. And yeah, he did sue them. He sure did. Let's see. All right, you guys have seen my 80th anniversary and my upgraded 95 G4, so I'll run my last G4, my 1996 G4, that is also pretty original. It is original. It's just newer than the other two. This one was redone by my friend Andy. Did clean this one up real nice, and it's got a new cord on it. So here it is, my 1996 G4. Forgot to engage the belt. So there's my 1996 Kirby G4. Original, just with a new cord. Other machines you'd like to see? What else would you like to see? What do you want to see next? Just say the word and I'll pull it out and use it. All right, you know what? We'll do the Kirby G6. This is a 1999 Kirby G6, actually, and it has the original bag tag. This one was redone by a friend of mine by the name of Charlie Watrous. He made it really nice. This thing is in incredibly good condition. It's an incredibly great. It's a really nice machine. And I actually have all three handles. I've got the 2000 and 2001 limited edition handles. Do you guys, I mean, it's the same thing, just with different handles. Do you guys just want to see this handle, or do you want to see me put all three on here? Because I can. It's up to you. I'll let you guys decide if I should put all of the different handles on it, or if we should just do the one, because it doesn't matter to me. So anybody that has a suggestion, just let me know what you want to see. All three handles or just the one handle? While you guys are thinking about that, I'll start this up with the regular handle. So there's my G6. It has an LED bulb in here as well. Okay, why not? We'll put the other handles on it. Same Kirby, but you'll get to see what it looks like with all the other handles on it. So just give me a moment to switch this out. So there's the regular handle. Now we're going to put the 2000 limited edition handle on it. which the 2000 limited, I've actually never had a 2000 limited edition, but I have a handle now, so I guess I kind of do. So we'll put this on, get it all fastened. And now, suddenly, this Kirby is a 2000 limited edition. So there it is as a 2000 limited edition. Now, we'll put our final handle on it to make it look like a 2001 limited edition. I never understood why they made a 2001 limited edition. I mean, I can understand 2000 because, 2000, I mean, that was a big year for everybody, going from 1999 to 2000, but I don't get the whole 2001 limited edition thing. I guess maybe because 2001, most people probably don't realize this, but 2001 is the actual first year of this millennium. 2000 was actually really the last year of the 20th century, but most people don't recognize that. Most people believe that the century starts on 0 and ends on 99, when really century actually starts on 1 and ends on 0. That's because when we went from BC, I know this is rambling, I know, but when we went from BC to AD, or BCE to CE, however you want to say it, we didn't go from 1 to 0 to 1, we went from 1 straight to 1. Hence why, really, it starts on 1 and not 0. So just a little fact you can agree to disagree, but that's really what it is. Anyway, here's 2001 limited edition now. So there you go. You got to see the G6 in all three of its variants. So now we'll put the original handle back on it, and we'll get this thing put away. And let me know what you want to see next. Or what machine do you want to see now? Just name a machine. I'll get it out. Okay. I'll show you guys the D80 again, because why not? I already showed it earlier, but it's been 2 hours. Those patents, yeah, by now I would think those patents have expired. Okay, show the D80 again. All right, here it is. Forgot about the light bulb. There's the D80 again. Again, it needs new bearings, but it runs good regardless. Okay. Don't be shy, people. Tell me any machine you'd like to see. Don't be shy. Anything you want, I'll pull it out. I'll use it. I'm just waiting to see what I could run next. I'm just texting my friend. He's been watching the stream and texting me suggestions. Elites, okay. Or a sanitaire. I haven't shown the Lovex in a while on the channel. I'll run it, and then we can maybe run some of my other elites, maybe even all of my other elites, because I don't have very many. I could run the rest. So I'll run this Lovex for you guys, this P101. It's a metal, it has a metal motor in it, like the older Eurekas, and it's basically just a Vibrogroomer 1, but instead of beater bars, it's got extra bristles. So here it is. There's the LX. Now we'll run some Elites. Alright, we'll run my other Elite 2 Total System Performance 430. This one doesn't have any attachments, and the light doesn't work, but it works fine. Here it is. So there's that other Elite 2. All right, now we'll run my new old stock Hoover Sprint. This one's a real childhood vac of mine for those who don't know. This is literally the vacuum that we had when I was growing up. We had it, my parents got it as a wedding gift in 2000, and we had it up until 2010 when we replaced it with a Bissell. But yeah, this one's new old stock. I found it on eBay a few years ago. It's still like new. So here it is. So the original one we had, identical to this, my parents used very heavily. It was beat up. It had scratches and scuffs all over the bottom here. The brush roll was pretty nasty. The bag was stretched out from getting so full all the time. And eventually, this piece broke. So Dad actually had to like put a rubber band around it to keep the bag up. And then when we got rid of it, I saw him while I was in my room. I saw him put it in upside down like this in the trash can. And then when the garbage truck came, the machine fell into the garbage truck upright. Like it fell in like this. And I remember seeing that and being really sad because I'm just like, oh man. And then we got the Bissell Healthy Home. That was sad, but I got a new old stock one now, so that makes up for it. Now we'll run my Hoover Elite 600, which was, I believe, the first Elite ever made. I could be wrong. At least it's one of the first Elites ever made. This is from 1988. One of the first ones ever. It's a really good machine, and I'm very lucky I found it because it's in very good shape, and it works great. I just forgive all the dust. I haven't touched it in a little while. This is basically just like the 6.0, but the 6.0 was the Kmart version of this one. So here it is. So there's the Elite 600. Now we'll pull out the Runabout. I did the 5.2 earlier. Maybe I'll run it again. Let's see here. Yeah, I'll run the 5.2 again. I ran it earlier, but it's been long enough that maybe some of you haven't seen this yet. So I'll run the 1989 Hoover Elite 5.2, and then we'll run the Runabout. This one's an earlier Kmart special, and then the Runabout is a later Kmart special. So here's this one. So there's the 5.2. Now we'll run the Runabout. Here's the Runabout, which has I put newer attachments on it, and it has I upgraded it with a 20 blade fan, so it's quieter and more powerful. This one is a 7 amp, just like the Sprint, but you'll hear the difference. With the 7 blade fan, this thing would have sounded identical to the Sprint, but now that it has the 20 blade fan, it sounds different. There's the Runabout. That's all of my current elites, all of the elites I currently have right now. I sold the Soft and Light Supreme and the Encore, and I had to hound parts from the green Encore Supreme Soft and Light to be able to fix this one. So I think it was worth it, though. I like the Runabout a lot more than that one, so that's okay. Let me reorganize this real quick. Okay. Any other suggestions? Or on just about anything. I'll run the 561 for you guys. Again, another machine that has bad bearings, but it's okay. It runs fine. Other than that, it has the upgraded HEPA bag setup in it, and it has wide wheels. Really nice upgrade. I need to find a way to get this cord to stay up. I might get a zip tie or something, because if I don't, the cord is just going to rub on the wheel, which will drive me crazy. So, yeah, I got the LED light in here. Let's get running this Kirby. Yeah, those bearings are getting worse the more I run it. So yeah, it's going to need new bearings. But it's a good machine and it cleans very well. What shall we do next? All right. Let me look at if anybody's still nobody's said anything else. So next we'll do this. This is actually this is a Kirby Heritage 2, but it's dressed like a Kirby Heritage 84. We'll do this one, and then we'll do another Heritage. Check me out. All right, here we go. There's that beautiful Heritage 2, Heritage 84 wannabe, I guess. All right. Now we'll grab another Heritage. This one's also gonna be kind of hard to reach, but I'll get it out here. Okay. There it is. This one's also had some upgrades to it. The upgrades being it has, plug that in, it has a wide rear axle with a mini emptor, as you can see, so it can take twist bags. And then this has a metal fan in it. So it's a nice machine. Half of these, I don't know if they're on or off. I just, let's see. Okay, this one's off. Good. This one is a 1981 Heritage, for your information. So there's this 1981 Kirby Heritage. Now we'll do, next we can do a Kirby Heritage 2. And then somebody just said, any Eureka vacuums you have? Okay, well, I have a Sanitaire SC688 over there, along with a Eureka or a Montgomery Ward Eureka, and then I have that Lavex. I already ran the two. I didn't run the Sanitaire in this stream, but I've run the other two. In the garage, I have a Eureka EnviroVac. The only reason it's not in here is because I still need to clean it up. But I can go grab it and show it to you guys in here real quick if you want. Just let me know. Those are the 4 available that I can run Eureka-wise. I just gotta get in here and get the Heritage 2, the one Heritage 2 out that I want to show you guys. It's all the way in the back here. Give me a minute. Okay. So here's this Heritage 2. I'm going to need to put a different bag assembly on it, though, because this M-Tor is broken and there's no fill tube in it. So let me just switch this out real quick. Alright, I'll be using this Heritage 2 Legend bag assembly, though interestingly enough, I forgot to put a bag in here, so I'm going to do that real quick. It's extremely dusty, though, so I think before I do that, I'm going to put my mask on. I just don't want to I don't want to breathe in some stuff I don't want to breathe in. So I'll put that on, and then I'm going to pop a bag in there, and we'll get to running it. Yeah, this thing is going to need to, I'm going to need to wash this bag. Completely forgot that it's extreme. I forgot all about this. Lovely. In fact, I got some dirt I can vacuum up for you guys. I'll just pull out of here and put on the floor. Yeah, this one I'm going to need to, it's going to need some attention. All right. Now that we have the bag in here, I can run it. There's a lot I'm forgetting. Forgive me. It also needs a belt. So give me just another quick second. All right. Now we have a brand new belt in there. And I'll get all this dirt down for you guys here. All right, let's plug her in, get going. there's that Heritage 2. This is an 85, I believe. Let me double check it. No, it's January 1986, actually, which is no different than an 85 Heritage 2. All right, I'll put this back. Actually, hold on. All right. Give me a second to just put this back. Let's see here. Okay. Okay. What else do we want to see? I can take my mask off now. Let's see here. A rainbow. I have the Rexair down here, but it has dry bearings. And then the not only that, then I do have an SC out in the garage, but it doesn't work, so I need to figure that out. I do have a D2, but it's got nothing with it, so I can't really use that. Any other suggestions? Don't be shy. Give me it. Just throw a suggestion out there. I'll run it. Probably gonna end the stream soon. Probably will after 3 hours. After it hits 3 hours. All right. We are going to run the Centria 2. This is my 2013 Kirby Centria 2. My parents have one too. They bought theirs new in 2013. I got this one just a few months ago. This one is from November 2013, and theirs is from April 2013. This thing is in really good shape, just like the 2007 Centria. This doesn't seem to have been used all that much, really. All things considered, it's in great shape. Works really well. So here it is. There's my Centria 2. I think I have one more machine I'll run for you guys before we end the stream. This one is kind of a unique one. I made it a few years ago, 2 years ago, as a matter of fact. Let's see. It's kind of weird looking right now, mainly because it doesn't have the right sticker. This is an Avalier, but it has an older headlight hood, older belt lifter, and it has a Heritage 2 bag, nicknamed the Havalier. The only thing I need to do is put a G4 sticker on here. That way it'll be black and it will look better because the yellow doesn't look right on there. But this will be the last machine I use before I call it a day. So let's give it a run. I haven't run this thing since I got it, actually. It's been a while. I better check if it has a bag in it before I even do anything. Sure enough, I need to put a bag in here. Give me a second. All right. Well, I'm going to open this pack of bags, this brand new 6-pack. There's actually like a fresh smell in here. Interesting. I don't know if that's just the way they smell after manufacture, or if they're actually like have like a fresh smell to them. Can't tell. And they're also a lighter. The lettering on it is like a lighter blue than it used to be. At least that's what it looks like to me. And the bag material feels a lot thinner than the older ones, I noticed. That's interesting. Let me put a new bag in here and we'll get this going. Okay. Now that that's situated, let's get this running. Let me make sure that we're all good to go. We seem to be good to go. So there's the Cavalier, as you call it, as I call it. So yeah, I think that'll do it for the stream. Thanks to those who watched and gave me suggestions. I enjoyed talking with you guys, and maybe I'll do another one of these again at some point. So I'll put everything away here, and then we'll get going. All right. So I appreciate you guys watching, and I'm glad you guys enjoyed. If you did, Feel free to like and subscribe if you haven't. And I'll see you guys again soon. So have a wonderful rest of your day, and stay safe out there.